Hi, all Molocks Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Alright. So I did not get anything done today. That's alright, though. Um, so, um, I think we're gonna need what? Probably some stone blocks. We'll go on the left-hand side here. Um, and we'll need some iron. And I guess, we need some iron fence. And I guess we'll just go with stone for the rest of it. It'll be fine. But I want to put up the see about putting up the catwalks, fire escapes. I definitely should invest in something to store this over here since this is where I'm going to be working on it. I thought, I should look at my inventory because I don't think I can get anything I'm going back to my house to collect. Because my inventory is absolutely dreadfully full. Yeah, I have some iron right here too. So here, why don't you hold these? I will make another chest. And we'll throw it on the back of this one so we can have a... Oh. That was unexpected. I thought it would turn into... I thought it would turn. It did not turn. Stone slab I want. Why do I have redstone dust on me? I don't know. Must got it while mining, yeah? Alright, you give me that. You take that. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to turn it into that. Bars, not fencing bars. And then I need... I guess some stone. I need like... You do like half of it into stairs, and then half of it into slabs for me. Thank you. And then we'll wait for this to be nighttime. Yeah, it's been a long day. I didn't do anything today, but I feel like I could nap right now. We just out of the blue. Well, I guess it wasn't out of the blue, but um, I I thought we were gonna be having a birthday party today, um, but I should probably put some dirt down here instead of falling down the hole. I totally did not get the date and time, apparently. And it requires a little bit more effort on other people's part for the family get together for birthdays. Um, I don't have any dirt. I gotta go get dirt. Um, it's pretty easy for me and to be places because I don't really like to do anything. And so, all right, is this? I think this is the right height. So let's just go ahead and get some dirt here so I can fill some of this in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep falling in the hole, and I don't like it. I might even have to take the next layer down when I get over here. But for right now, this is fine. And so I think it was Friday, because I left a really dark hole in the ground here. It looks like I started to go down in there and then I didn't. But especially with all that iron I see right there, I never have enough iron. But so Friday I was like, oh, look at all this stuff I just ordered from Amazon coming in, and my sister was like, oh man, I wish we had more time. She didn't get home till like super late, like I was trying to think. It was like super late Friday, and they had gone shopping, so it was like 9:30. Um, and was it that late? No, it wasn't that late. I take it back. It was around 7:30. It was Thursday when she got home way later, and I expect her to be home. And so so she gets home, and they gone bowling with their kids' school and the kids, because both her and brother-in-law had the day off from work, so they went with their kids. And so they came home, and I was like, "Oh, look what came in from Amazon today! I'd ordered a new coat, a hat, and stuff, because it's winter." And I thought, man, I haven't had a new coat in years, and the one I got is getting kind of frayed, and really, like, the zipper's all mangled, and one of the snaps broke and wouldn't snap closed anymore. That kind of thing. But I had the coat for like 20 years, so um, I don't know if it was really 20 years, but that's what I imagine how long I've had it. And she was like, "Oh well, at least you had good luck today. I was looking for presents for people because I was just told last night that we would be doing birthdays this weekend." I'm like, what? It's Friday. It's too late to do anything like get gifts for people. And she's like, I know, but they just made the decision that this is when we were doing birthdays. I'm like, oh well, would have been nice. Put a little more effort into it. And but they're terrible schedule people. Terrible. Like, I've complained about it many times how terrible it is to deal with them. Because they're like, we got a family calendar, and anything we do goes on the family calendar. Not my sister, my brother and his family. And so anything you want to do, they have to check the family calendar to see if it's open, and then they'll be like, okay, it was open, so we'll put you on the list. And then when it comes time to do the thing, they're like, oh well, some other stuff came up, and so you got replaced on the list. Um, that's happened to me on several occasions. Uh, you are not as important as the thing. It doesn't matter that we told you had to plan ahead, and if something was on the list, couldn't do whatever it is you wanted to do. But and you did go and get yourself on the list, but we changed the list and didn't inform you. Thanks. Also, don't know why I filled that in. Didn't need to be filled in. This is the part that needed to be filled in. And so now it's even worse because my two, my nephew and niece are now in college this year, and so they have to come home from college to do family get together events like that. And so they go to two different colleges, and so they have different schedules. And so, it's even more difficult to schedule things like that because um, at least the one she's in the marching band, and so she's super busy at the moment with all the sports games and stuff. And but telling somebody on Friday that you're having birthdays this weekend um, is not enough time to do anything. And so I didn't know what day it was on. I assumed Sunday. I shouldn't have assumed Sunday, but I assumed Sunday. Either way, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, finding out Friday night, and then only having Saturday and Sunday to get a gift meant this year those two people got money because, and I mean like cash out of an envelope money, because I didn't find out that we were even doing the birthdays until um, Friday night. And then I thought they'd be on Sunday. I don't know why I thought that because everybody's got to go back to college today. And so you thought I'd have thunk a little harder about that. But yeah, so then yesterday, my sister, she bought a new floor cleaner because the old one wasn't cutting it, and with two cats and a dog, all of which shed terribly, and two young children who are notoriously bad at cleaning up after themselves, and everybody else going around in this place, the floor can be a bit of a mess. And so I just thought yesterday when she was cleaning that it was because she got a new cleaner. And I knew that, I knew that the birthday party was this weekend. So, I went upstairs and helped out and cleaned and swept and then, moved some stuff around and whatnot. And so she did most of the work. Don't let it sound like I was super instrumental in that, but I did clean out the bathroom and a little bit of the kitchen. Not that I don't clean. Just on this particular instance, I didn't. Although to be fair, I had cleaned Thursday a whole bunch while everybody was gone. And or was that Friday? No, it was Friday. Friday I did a bunch of cleaning while everybody was gone. I did laundry and dishes and swept and cleaned the bathroom a little bit and just all sorts of stuff. And then they immediately came home and made a giant mess out of everything. But yeah, and so anyways. So then I'm like, all right, well, I left a game going, so I need to go back downstairs and check out it. I've been playing this Autonauts game, which I find kind of fun. It's a little game where you macro robots to take care of your human colonists, sort of. And it takes a lot of time. And so I was working on that, but once you get your robots going, if they're set up well, not great, just well, and mine were not set up well, getting a little closer, but sometimes you hit the pocket where both robots that are supposed to charge robots go down at the same time, and so then there's no robot that charges the robot that charges the robots, and so you have to keep an eye on that and poke the robot because they're like wind-up robots, and so anyways, I come back down, I work on that a little bit, um, and so then we usually are busy on Sundays out and about, and so I like to take my shower the night before, and and then that way I can sleep in and not be in the middle of everybody else trying to get ready. And so I come upstairs to take a shower. It's like 5:30, and uh, so she's still cleaning, and I'm like, "Oh man, still at it, huh?" And she's like, "Well, it's got to be done. We're having company tonight." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, the birthdays." I'm like, "Oh, is that tonight? I had no idea." And she's like, "Yeah, didn't I tell you?" I'm like, "Well, you told me there were birthdays, but I was not aware they were today." Yeah, so then last night was super busy. I think they got here about 6-ish, 6:30-ish, and probably didn't leave until close to 10. Um, and but that makes for a long day when your plan was, I don't have anything to do today. I am going to sit around and play video games because I have put in my work for around the house and at work. uh, and so, dang it. I keep putting on these torches. I probably should just take those out of my hand, and that way I stop doing it. Uh, yeah, there's no way I was going to be able to work on the side of this building without doing something here. Hanging out over the swamp. Oops. And so then today, after we got done with everything, it was probably close to 3. And so then it was just me and the sister and uh, her 2 kids, the niece and nephew. Different niece and nephew than the niece and nephew. They're in college. These are youngins, and so they all were down here all afternoon, and we were watching a weird anime romance thing um, called I want to say it's called Love Chinibio, I think is how they pronounce that word, and Other Delusions. And so they finally, we didn't finish. I just finally told them this is the last episode, and it's not quite 8:30 tonight, but I've been around people all day, and I am, I want to say I'm peopled out, but they also started a new multiplayer server we're going to play on for a month, playing 7 Days to Die, and so I'm probably going to have to head over there shortly because they've been sending me messages. Not that I don't want to play. Don't get me wrong. I do want to play. I enjoy playing games with those guys. It's just, my batteries, my introversion batteries are getting pretty low at this point. And it's Sunday night. That means that, it'll be Tuesday before my batteries can get charged good. Maybe not even then. We'll see. Supposed to get a bunch of snow tonight, which is crazy. We had a little bit of snow already, but they said it's supposed to start about 4 a.m. and snow all day tomorrow. Up to 5 inches of snow. Although 5 inches of snow doesn't sound too bad. At least not around here. This This is an extreme snow territory, but this is snow territory in the winter, and so we can get anywhere from a few inches to a few feet at a time. Usually it's a few inches. Although I think last winter we got like 3 foot over a couple of days, um, which is crazy. But yeah, it's supposed to be our first real big snowstorm of the year, I guess. Um, so we'll see. Maybe the kids will just be here because they'll get snow day or something. I don't know. Uh, ugh. That'll be great because I think both their parents have to work, so I'll wind up with the kids. Oh, I don't know about that. It seems like they're at that age where I mean I don't know if that age ever ends, but they're at that age where they can't they can't be in a room together without supervision because they will try to kill each other. Um, there's a lot of hitting and screaming involved, and I mean at least when it gets older, then it's you know less of a hassle for the adults to watch them, and more of a work out your own problems. My problem with it isn't the hitting and whatnot. My problem with it is that the niece's primary form of communication is screeching like an owl in these situations, and I can't stand or the fake crying. You know, runs in, has a tablet, hits the brother over the head with said tablet because he said he didn't like cats, and then when he pushes her away, she starts screaming and crying that he hit her. Uh, I mean, it goes the other way too, but I don't feel as much. She's a hitter, so she's always hitting, always hitting. Anyways, some nice ground. Don't know why I'm out this far. Probably don't need to fill this in this far. We gotta go over the other side of this one though. Get some more ground in place. So probably not gonna make it to the scaffolding today. It's not scaffolding. The fire escapes. Since I've got to get some ground in place. But, you know, it is what it is. I probably should have been working on this while we were watching that show. But, man, I was playing that Autonauts game. It's pretty fun. I haven't made it very far. I'm still figuring it out because it's not... It's a supply chain game. And, so basically what it is you start out and you got your guy, and so your guy is just your guy. He can, she, I don't know, I don't know what it is. It might be a robot, whatever. Can do whatever it needs to, but you have to know how to do it. And so when the game starts, you don't really know how to do anything, and then they give you like basic tools to start with. So you make like an axe, and then you can use the axe to chop down trees. Well, the axe is made from sticks and stones, and doesn't take too much. I'm gonna go ahead and do this in here. I think I need one more, at least one more area. Probably more. I probably need what? One space, one space, one space. At least, whoops, at least out this far. Alright. We've got in the way of stick material in here. What did I do with it? There it is. I kind of want to go, explore that cave for a couple of minutes here, because I'm pretty much done putting down dirt for today. So, eventually, what they do is they start teaching you workbenches. And there's a lot of workbenches in this game. Every workbench is dedicated to something different, and so um, so you end up like okay, so you end up with like crude workbench, right, to start off with, and then uh, and you get like so the crude workbench you can make like your basic pickaxe, and I don't really use the pickaxe that much. I make the other things do it, and so then you get uh, crude chopping block. It might just be chopping block. I don't remember, but um, it the chopping block is like you take an axe and you chop down a tree and you get a log, right? Makes sense. And well, then if you take your axe to the log, well, then you get planks. And if you take an axe to the planks, you get poles. And that's about as far down as you can break it. And so uh, the chopping block lets you um, not use up your axe. You have to use an axe to make it, but then it doesn't use the axe anymore to chop up logs into planks or planks into poles. And so that way you save, the durability on your tools. And then eventually they teach you how to make robots, which is the true focus of the game, I guess. Um, and so the robots, they're done with macros, and so you have to show it how to do the thing, and then it will repeat the thing, whatever it is you show it to do. And then there's some things you can alter it with, and so like do this job until this thing is full, right? Stuff like that. And so I've been having fun with it. I just wish. Oh shoot, that's a skeleton with a. I wasn't sure what I was seeing there. It's a skeleton with an enchanted bow. And but the research in the game takes a long time, and I currently have broken my research. Um, oh, I didn't think about that. I've broken my research, and I'm not getting any new research points. And I'm gonna have to go back in and probably downgrade what I've done because I don't have the stuff to unlock more research points until I get farther. Huh. Because I have not researched how to make clothes, and so with the robots, you're supposed to be uh, taking care of colonists, and when you get far enough, I guess you can blast off to a new planet. But I mean, I definitely have not gotten that far. And there's multiple levels of research, and so what you do is you have a colonist, and they're basically babies, and so you get your baby, and I currently have 6 babies, and you feed the baby, and it gives you WUV, W-U-V, WUV. WUV is your research points, and so you have to keep your colonists happy to do research, and then uh, eventually, by researching the materials you have on hand, you'll learn like shelter. So then you make this little log teepee, or not teepee, log tent looking thing. And so that log tent is the first level of shelter. And so if you put that down and then you place your colonists in there, uh, then uh, then they gain shelter. And so there's like a Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid thing going on in there. I don't remember if that's. I know Maslow did the hierarchy of needs. I don't remember if the pyramid is his thing or if that was somebody else's. But, anyways, and so shelter advances your colonist to level 2, so it becomes a bigger baby. And still a baby, it's just a larger size. And but now that it has shelter, it also needs better food. So if you feed it basic food like apples or berries off a bush that you hit with a stick to get the berries, then they give you 1 point of WUV. But if you feed them more advanced food, you get 10 points of WUV. And so maybe I can still get WUV from my guys that way. I'll have to check that out again. Okay, you do know how your torch system works, right? And so the problem is that I unlocked log cabin, and so I built log cabins for my colonists, and now my robots won't do what they're supposed to because they're no longer targeting on that particular need. Now their need is clothing, and so they're never hungry, quote. You can feed them to get WUV, um, but alright, so this is my path up. So now I need to make a path down far. This is a crazy. Hey, I'm building here. I don't like you shooting me. Stop shooting me. And so since my robots won't trigger because my colonists are no longer hungry per se, I think you can still feed them to get WUV. It's just that they are flashing that they need clothing instead of love, and so the or food. And so my robot is designed automatically. Well, not automatically. I macroed. I grabbed a dish that I created, and then I clicked on the colonist, and it says, "Find nearest hungry colonist and feed them," kind of thing. And since they're not registering as hungry, they're registering as need clothing. My robot doesn't automatically feed them anymore like he was. But I have a lot of robots because I've got like robot 2. Okay, I want to just do this one supply chain with the robots, so you get an idea of how complicated the game is. Although I find the complication fun. I just wish the research was a little faster. It seems very slow paced. Or I'd love it if there was a speed up button. Would be awesome. so that I don't have to sit here and wait for my colonists to give me enough research points to unlock the next thing so I can start building again. And that is okay. So to get a pole, all right, to get a pole, I have to have an area where trees will grow. Uh, and they don't grow on grass, they grow on soil. So you find a patch where there's soil, and then you um, ow, and then you have a robot, and you teach him to dig up the soil, because you have to have a hole to plant the tree, and so he digs up the soil. Now, usually what happens is I start with the robot with the axe because I pick a area where there are already trees, and then and so they do start there, and then they chop down the trees. Well, when they chop down the trees, that leaves behind tree stumps, and so you got to have. So that's why I was starting with the robot. So a robot with a shovel. Um, hold on. I'm sorry. We got to take that a step back. So first, you have to have a robot that collects rocks off the ground. So you might have a spot where you mine rocks, or you might just collect them laying around. I'm not going to worry about rock production. And then there's sticks, and so they collect sticks. And so then I end up with a robot that collects sticks, a robot that collects rocks, and then they bring those rocks together and they make tools. So I have a bunch of tool stations, crude workbenches, where they make you select what item the workbench is making, and then you have to supply it with the raw resources. So I get a robot that grabs a stick, a robot that grabs probably the same robot, grabs a stick, a rock, and makes an axe, shovel, whatever. And so they're doing that, and then they provide those. I have a robot that grabs shovels. That's all it does. It grabs shovels, and it takes a shovel to the robot that needs a shovel, if that's working correctly. I've had it not work correctly, and then it starts giving shovels to everybody, and I don't know why that's a thing, but I decided maybe my world just got broken and I started over. Oh man, I need to speed this up. I'm gonna have to stop caving because I can't think and fight at the same time. So, robot makes tools. Several robots make tools from sticks and rocks. Now, sticks can come from trees. That's usually where I get them from. Rocks, usually you've got to get a mining robot with a pickaxe that mines a specific area to get rocks. So those all come together to make tools. Whoa. I wonder why I didn't come up here. That's weird. And so robot digs a hole. Robot grabs the seeds, puts the seeds in the hole. Tree grows. Robot cuts down the tree. Robot takes the log, puts it in storage. Robot that digs up the stump, makes a hole. Robot puts a seed in the hole. Tree grows. Robot takes log from storage to the chopping block, makes planks. Robot takes planks from storage, makes poles. And those are the super basic building blocks. So you can imagine from there how many robots I currently have going, trying to deal with my colonists. And so it just keeps growing from that. More and more robots, all doing crazy things. And yeah, so it's pretty fun. All right, well, with that, I am going to call it a day. So click like if you like, subscribe to and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.